Hello viewers, welcome to my channel Shraddha's Physics. This video is specially for the aspirants who are preparing for OSSTD, KVS, NBS, regular teacher or any graduate level teacher exam. Today our topic is circular motion. So there are some points which you need to recall. So circular motion is the motion of a particle on a plane is said to be circular if its distance from a certain fixed point always remains constant. So what is angular displacement? The angle turned by the radius of the circle is known as the angular displacement. So if it is small, then it is a vector quantity. So in scalar form, it is del S equal to r del theta, and in vector form, del S vector equal to del theta cross r vector. So you can see here in the diagram, if this is the circular track and this is the radial distance, this is suppose this radial distance is r, and it makes an angle del theta if the particle position changes from this point to this point, so that it can make the angular displacement del theta, and this is the direction of del theta, that is the angular displacement. So the next comes angular velocity, that is denoted by omega. It is the rate of change of angular displacement. So in scalar form, it is v equal to r omega, where v is the linear velocity, and in vector form it is v equal to omega cross r. Next, angular acceleration, that is alpha. It is the rate of change of angular velocity. So as you can see in the linear velocity in the last lecture, so you can compare with the linear velocity with the angular velocity and the linear acceleration with the angular acceleration. So in scalar form, so a equal to r into alpha, that is a is the linear acceleration, and in vector form v equal to omega cross r plus alpha cross theta. These are the vector quantities. The equations of rotational kinetics: omega equal to omega naught plus alpha t, as in the case of linear v equal to u plus at. So v is the final velocity and u is the initial velocity. Similarly, omega equal to omega naught plus alpha t, where omega equal to final angular velocity after time t, and omega naught is the initial angular velocity, means this is at t equal to 0. This is the initial angular velocity at t equal to 0, and this is the final angular velocity after time t, and this alpha, it represents the uniform angular acceleration, and in the next, theta equal to omega naught t plus 1 by 2 alpha t square. So this theta represents the angular displacement after time t, and similarly omega square minus omega naught square equal to 2 alpha theta, and theta nth equal to omega naught plus alpha by 2 2n minus 1. So these are the equation of rotational kinetics. So you can compare this with the linear velocity. So in time period, it is the time taken by the particle to complete one rotation. It is denoted by t. So what is frequency? It is the number of rotations made by the particle in 1 second. If frequency is denoted by n, then we can represent t, that is the time period, equal to 1 by n. And this omega, the relation between omega and t, omega means the angular part, the angular velocity. The angular velocity equal to 2 pi by t, and omega equal to 2 pi n. So as 1 by t is n, so omega equal to 2 pi n. So the next comes the centripetal force. So it is the force acting along the radius towards the center and is essential to keep the body moving in a circular path. So in a simple sentence, we can say that when a body moves in a circle, its direction of motion at any instant is along the tangent to the circle at that instant. Okay. So the F equal to mv square by r, this is the centripetal force. It can also be written as F equal to mr omega square, since v equal to r omega. Then if we will put in place of v, this is r omega square, so this will be m r square omega square by r, so r get cancelled and this becomes mr omega square. Similarly, if we will put omega equal to 2 pi n, then this centripetal force becomes mr, this is mr into, in place of omega, this is 2 pi n whole square, so this will becomes 4 pi square mr n square. Okay. Then similarly, if we will put this n represents the frequency. Okay, this omega is the angular velocity. and this n equal to 1 by t. If we will place in place of n, if we will write 1 by t, then 4 pi square, this is m r 1 by t square. So these are the centripetal force. And again, this centripetal force does no work. How? Since force is perpendicular to the direction of motion, F dot S is Fs cos 0. Sorry, F dot S is Fs cos theta. So Fs cos theta means what? This is perpendicular means cos 90. So cos 90 is 0. So F dot S equal to 0. So the W, that is F dot S equal to 0. It means the centripetal force. If F dot S equal to 0, it means the centripetal force does no work. Okay. So the next comes centrifugal force. It is the facetious force which acts on a body rotating with uniform velocity in a circle along the radius away from the center. That is F equal to mv square by L. Fine. Because the centrifugal force, it can be regarded as the reaction of the centripetal force. As the forces of action and reaction are always equal and opposite, so the magnitude of the centrifugal force is mv square by L. Since the centripetal force is mv square by L, so the centrifugal force is also mv square by L. So this direction of centrifugal force is opposite to the direction of centripetal force. So we can say that, in other words, that is the centrifugal force, it acts along the radius and away from the center of the circle. So next comes the torque, that is tau equal to r cross f, and this is simply the force into its perpendicular distance from the axis of rotation. Here you can see that this is r cross f, so we can write it as rf sin theta. So we can simply say that this is r sin theta into f. So r sin theta means its perpendicular distance from the axis of rotation into simply the magnitude of the force. But if we will write this is r f sin theta, so in that case this is the simply r, and this f sin theta represents the force component. So the power in rotational motion P equal to tau dot omega. These are the vector quantity. Next is the application of uniform circular motion. So the motion over a flat circular road. So it is the road, and if it is flat, then this is suppose this is any vehicle. So in that case, so the mg, it will act downward and the reaction force is upward, and the so this is simply, this is the downward mg and the reaction force is r. So here we can see that the V max is mu s rg root over. So here mu s represents this, it is the coefficient of friction. In case of motion over a banked road, so I am not deriving all this formula here. I am just writing the formulas to solve some questions here. Okay. The motion over a banked road. So in case of the banked road, that means the car is here, just rev up some, making some angle theta from this line. You can see this is theta, and this downward motion is mg. This is the weight mg, and the reaction, that is the resultant. Here the resultant is r, and you know the angle this angle is theta. So this angle is theta. This is the perpendicular component r sin theta, and this is your, obviously this is r cos theta. Always this perpendicular component is r sin theta, or this resultant into sin theta. So motion over a banked road, V max will be equal to Rg mu plus tan theta divided by 1 minus mu tan theta whole root over. So in case of maximum speed reach, that is V equal to V naught, in that case this mu is 0, or we can, that means the frictional coefficient of friction. So V naught becomes this mu 0, this mu goes to 0, so Rg tan theta, so Rg tan theta root over. So tan theta is simply, this will be V naught square divided by Rg. So in case of bending of cyclist, this is the cycle, and if it will make the angle theta with this road, then this is my resultant, this is the reaction force, which is balanced by this mg, this is mg. So this component will be r sin theta, this is the perpendicular component, and this component is r cosine theta. So simply we can say that the bending of cyclist, tan theta equal to v square by rg. So these are some basic formulas. So motion in a vertical circle. If a body attached to a string completes motion in a vertical circle under the limiting condition, so at the lowest point the velocity will be 5 g root over, So velocity at the highest point, it will be gr root over, and the tension in string at the lowest point, it is 6 mg, and the tension in the string at the highest point is 0. So when we will solve the question, so at that time you have to just put the formulas, because in the exam time you don't have to derive all these things. So this is all for today. Thank you.